That would be like a meet and greet.
Whenever you're ready to call to order, I'll be ready.
Just getting the minutes going here.
Okay, perfect.
All right. I call to order the Traffic and Public Safety Committee on September 16th. Can you all join me with the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States, to the republic which stands one nation, indivisible, with liberty and
Thank you. Melanie, could I have roll call, please?
Yes, Chair Moriarty,
Here.
Commissioner Burke, Commissioner Suits,
Here.
Commissioner Dobbs,
Here.
Commissioner Foster is absent, and Commissioner Olson absent. But we do have a quorum,
Okay,
and we also have Counselor Blevins, just for the record.
absolutely. I'll put you down there, Matt. Let's see, moving on to community comments. We have one in the audience. Yes, absolutely. Come on up to the microphone, sir, please. Anything you'd like. Oh, there we go. Karina's here.
Oh, sit down too.
Yes.
All right.
All right, Commissioner Olson is here.
My name is Lawrence Castile. I live down on Lakeshore Drive. And traffic down there is getting crazy, and I know now they're gonna be putting this 100-unit, whatever it is down here. I guess that's still in the plan, right? You know, a complex for at the end of the lakeshore behind the Get and Go and that. Are they still gonna do that apartment complex? Do we know?
Yeah, that's projected.
Okay, but I know that's gonna increase the traffic there a lot. And I know it has to do some of the locals. The speed they're coming down through Lakeshore is just unreal. You know, we got cars coming down there 40, 50 miles an hour and cutting cookies at the end of the cul-de-sac. And we've tried for years to request speed bumps, and I think it needs to be done. We've got more families that moved in there. There's more little children. The families are putting out their little, slow signs and stuff, and people still, and to make it sad, it's some of the local people that live down there. But I think the only way to get it slowed down is to put some speed bumps down there. I would at least like to see 4.
Okay.
One as soon as you make the right turn off of Elm, and then one at the top of the hill, and then one down on the flat before the cul-de-sac, and one right before the cul-de-sac, so they can't get up enough speed to do a burnout around there.
Yeah,
So, 3, but 4 would be ideal on my part.
yeah, we just drove that recently. And in times past, we've seen the burnouts
Yep.
down at the cul-de-sac.
Yep.
It's like turn the wheel hard to the left and lay on it.
Yep.
So,
And then if we get a little bit of rain, it'll be worse.
Yeah.
I've seen where guys have done 3 or 4 before they take off, complete, 360s.
Yep.
And they take off. So that's about my only, that and the other thing would be the English ivy that grows along that. Cause if that isn't taken up, you're not gonna have that greenway in 20 or 30 years, cause it's gonna kill all them trees. And I know a lot of that greenway is PG&E's property. The city has nothing to do with it, but I've called PG&E and asked them if they have a agency that does that, and they do, but they don't come out and monitor it. They don't have the money.
yeah,
But they got the money to mow that PG&E right away, and then let the berry mines come right back. So they didn't do nothing with that either. So
yeah.
that's about all I've got for the around for speed or traffic.
Can I just repeat your name again?
Yeah, it's Lawrence Castile. I'm a lifetime resident of Estacada,
Could you spell your last name, please?
Castile.
Thank you.
Have you spoke, Lawrence, have you spoke with the other neighbors there? Are they kind of, is there other folks feeling the same way?
Yeah, I mean, we've got several, I mean, when I moved in there, I was my wife and I were pretty much the youngest couple on the block. And, there's people, we've always had kind of a, you know, a neighborhood watch policy down there. But it's getting any more, some of the kids and stuff that show up down there, you're afraid to approach them because you go out the next morning, your cars are keyed. So something's gotta be done, and I've got 5 cameras around my house, so I can pretty much monitor what goes on in front of my house. I don't know, about my other neighbors, but we've got a couple other people that have physically went out and, tried to get slow, people to slow down, but then you take the risk of getting hurt, so. But yeah, there's Jim Apicella, he's the neighbor that was there when I moved in, and I've been on Lakeshore since '79, so I've been
Okay.
there a few years. It's grown a lot. It's always been kind of a quiet, sometimes I've forgotten part of the city because a lot. When I first came here, everybody said, "Oh, you're gonna live down at Lakeshore," like it was the wrong side of the tracks, But come down, and look at my yard, and that American flag that you can see from 224 is mine. And
It's a beautiful serene area, it really is. I
yeah.
mean, you guys got a shot right at the lake and
Yep.
everything. I mean,
Yep.
it's just,
not going anywhere, anywhere, the price is right,
yeah.
Would you
so.
like us to
There
send him
you
a
go.
speed hump application?
I just wish the traffic would slow down. We've had also younger kids on motorbikes, no helmets, no protection at all, 30, 40 miles an hour coming down through there at night,
Yep.
so that's a problem too. And the next door neighbor to me, to the right of me, right at the end of the cul-de-sac, he confronted one of the kids, and the language that came out of that young kid's mouth at 13 or 14 years old, I'm a sailor. I can cuss pretty good, but I don't anymore because I'm a Christian. So, the Lord's helping me with that. Well, not always, but he can forgive me, right? But that's my primary concern is the speed down there. And with the increased traffic, it's going to get worse. Now, some of my Lakeshore people won't like this proposal, but with the increased traffic, has any consideration been given to opening up from Second Street onto, what is it? What's that? Yeah, across 224 and into because that would give another entrance into Lakeshore instead of just the 2. But then the people that live on there, one guy parks his log truck there, he's probably isn't gonna be happy with me taking away his parking place for his log truck, but it would especially if there's an emergency, if you have a tree go down or power lines go down, then we're stuck. We can't get out of there.
Right.
So there should be, with only 2 entrances and exits. And then with the increased traffic coming on the other end of Lakeshore, when they do that project it's gonna really cause a bottleneck. But now I'm probably gonna make mad my neighbors. But it was an idea. I don't know if a light would have to be put there, because it would be right there by the Schwab Tire, or on Second Street there.
Right.
But at least it would give us another entrance and exit to Lakeshore.
Well, one thing we do have and we bring forth is like a sheet of paper, for requests for speed humps. And, maybe get some folks to,
Okay.
write some stuff down in that area, because it's all doable.
Okay,
It's all doable.
okay. And then the other thing that's never been done down there is that little tiny short street. I think it's Ivy? No, what is that? No,
Maple?
Nymph.
The
Never
last
been
one.
finished. There's no pavement, it's still gravel.
Yeah.
The sidewalks aren't finished. Every other street on Lakeshore has been taken care of, but because there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 houses on that little short, they never had the privilege of having a paved, still gravel. Gets dusty, so it would be nice if if they're doing a little paving somewhere, only take a couple truckloads and it'll be done. So
Yeah, I saw when Jim and I were down there, just a few days ago, a lot of little kids' bicycles and stuff up and down the
Yep.
streets there too.
Yeah,
You
we've
know.
got a lot of new families that moved in there. And like I said, when we moved in there, we were the youngest couple on the block, you know, and it was nice. Of course, Lakeshore went all the way through and came out of the city shops before, you know, so there was traffic in and out that way, but it wasn't ever very fast. You know, 'cause it was just, it was a county road then before we were annexed to the city of Estacada, so it wasn't upkept, there wasn't any sidewalks. You know, I used to come through there, bring my truck down and park it there and go have lunch with my wife and then go on my merry way, so,
Nice.
but, it's changed a lot down there, but it's still quiet. You know, I mean, I've got, 8 grandkids and a great grand and, you know, 3 of my grandkids were over, you know, for about 4 days with us, you know, and whenever they want, and they grow up on the farm, you know, they don't know about, you know, jumping into the street, you know, and I had to be out there all the time because they wouldn't even look both ways, you know, it's, their driveway's a mile long, so they don't even think about it, you know, so. But yeah, with the added families down there, something's gotta be done with the speed. Even like I said, some of it's local people, you know, and it's a shame. Maybe they don't have kids, maybe they don't care, I don't know, so. But that's,
Question.
Sure.
Okay, we have been trying to get a crosswalk there by the Schwab's. If we open that street up, we'd put a crosswalk. We could put the crosswalks there. And also have a stoplight which would slow the traffic that comes through this town.
You mean on the 224?
Yeah.
We've already seen the response from ODOT on
yeah,
crosswalks from Les Schwab
What if
over,
If we had to put a stoplight there, then they'd have to put a crosswalk there.
and we've seen how much that was gonna cost.
We need to get the people here in town to get on it and go to ODOT and say, no, you know.
I've got one other thing too.
Go
Can
ahead,
we
Lawrence.
move the city speed limit a little bit more north? Because my backyard is on the Second Avenue sign. And then you see the 40-mile-an-hour speed limit. 4:30 this morning. I mean, I was a truck driver for 48 years. I thought Jake brakes sounded cool when I was driving. But they're not so cool at 4:30 in the morning, you know, and it's flat ground. There's no need to be hitting the Jake brake at 4:30 in the morning when you're coming into town 55-60 and then hit it right by my house. And I've had several of my other neighbors complain. And, so I don't know if we can move the speed limit out, you know, to where the sewer plant's at, so it's 40 there. So then there's absolutely no reason for them to use a Jake brake. And even maybe get it posted, no Jake brakes. And then see if we can have the police monitor it once in a while and start ticketing some of them.
All right.
But we're gonna be cutting a road from Sixth Avenue down to the highway anyway, so that speed limit should be there. Cause Mike, the people that bought the property, they're gonna cut a road from the end of Sixth Avenue down the hill, down to 224.
Okay.
And so we're gonna have to have some kind of a speed control there.
What's the sixth, that come down by the mill in?
No, it's down by Sixth and Wade.
So it would be
Up on
better
the hill.
Yeah, it's gonna go up.
Oh,
and then
okay.
it's gonna come out the mill
It's
entrance.
gonna come
Oh,
out
okay,
to
the mill entrance,
Yeah.
okay.
That will cut a lot of traffic off of Eagle Creek Highway. So-
Well, then the speed limit ought to be before that entrance then.
Right.
So,
Over
make
towards,
that-
say, Timber Park or
yeah,
the storage area.
yeah,
Okay.
Because we do have a lot of speeders.
or at River Mill.
Yeah.
Well, that needs a stoplight. That's an old subject.
Yeah, I know.
Does anyone else have any questions for Lawrence or comments? This is our new chief, by the way.
Hey, Chief, how you doing?
Well, how are you?
Good to meet you.
All right. No one else? Okay, definitely the speed hump application. Please, Melanie, and the a neighborhood watch also sheet, so we can contact Officer McClurg,
Okay, will
And-
do.
get his neighborhood
A little
trained up
quieter.
and ready to go. Put all the cool signs up.
There you go. I'll help.
Well, thank you for coming, Lauren.
All right.
Appreciate
Yeah.
it. We got some signs down there
Yeah,
for
you,
you,
yeah, I
red,
saw
white,
that.
blue signs,
Yep.
so hopefully that's
All right.
working a little bit,
Sounded great.
but thank you for coming this evening.
Thanks, Lawrence.
We haven't got it yet.
All right, moving on. Okay. Consent agenda. Can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda from August, please?
I'll make a
Anyone?
motion to-
All right,
Second.
all right. Shirley and Carrie. All right, anyone have any issues with it? Discussion or anything? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Thank you. Motion passes. All right. Moving on to our new chief. Take it away, chief.
Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
Welcome
Thank
to
you.
the Traffic and Public Safety Committee.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Yes.
being here.
My name's Bill Turway. I've been with the sheriff's office 19 years now. I've been in charge of our swing shift for the last 3.5 years as a lieutenant. And before that, I spent time as a homicide detective, as a patrol deputy. Started off my career here with the county, working most of my graveyard shifts out here in East County, and I always loved it out here. So when the opportunity presented itself to come and replace Chief Mendoza, I jumped at it. So I'm excited to be out here and still getting my feet wet, trying to figure out what matters to the city and how we can best serve the community out here. It's obviously growing a ton since 19 years ago when I started. I was just telling the city manager I drove up dues today and I hadn't realized they'd pushed all that out. That was new to me. So being in detectives, I didn't necessarily get off the beaten path too far out here unless there was something that took me that direction. So it's neat to see the city growing. And we're excited to be part of it. We have a couple new deputies that have joined the city this time. So we call it a bump, right? They rotate every 6 months. When they sign up for a city assignment, they have a set period of time they have to stay. So they're not rotating out every 6 months. We have somebody new on day shift, James Butterfield, who joined us. And on graveyard, we have Brian Swaim, or on the evening shift, I should say. He's a lateral, I want to say out of Southern California, maybe the LA area. He's only been with us a couple years. They're both going to be a great addition to the city. I'm pretty excited to have them out here. We obviously have Josh Hatton, who's been out here for a while on daytime.
That's great.
And Ezra Papp, who's been working the evening shift. So, yeah, I got a great crew to lead me, show me the way out here, and I'm just excited to be part of it. And like I said, getting my feet under me for everybody. I went out and met some of the people at the schools this last week. I'm going to reach out to some of the businesses or the homeowners associations, see if I can reach out to some of them and, rather than just a formal meeting, hear what people's concerns are, how we're doing well and what we can do to improve what service we provide the city.
Excellent. Thank you, chief. Anyone else have anything for the chief?
Thank you I called the report in for the kids on the electric motor scooters.
Sure.
Called the report in for the electric motor scooter. This one kid going 30 miles an hour down 6th Avenue and others, and I have not seen them since.
Well, that's good. Hopefully the folks responded appropriately and
Yeah, they got them and they took them home and they says, this is not happening, I really appreciate that because I was just waiting for this kid to crash. There's no helmet, no nothing.
yeah,
No.
and that's obviously worst case scenario, right? Somebody getting
Yeah.
hurt doing something silly.
It was done the next day. I never have seen him since. So.
Excellent.
Anyone else for the chief?
Welcome.
Glad you're here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited to get immersed in the city and figure out what we can do best.
Excellent. Thank you. All right. Anyone have any issues with the fire chief's report? By any chance? And we'll take a look at that.
There's the one reported today.
What?
The fire up on Divers today.
Right.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah. That was what, brush fire and
Brush fire with the wind going.
right,
Bush.
definitely.
Fire engine up on Dan's Drive earlier when I drove down here.
Really?
That's it.
Yeah, like right across from Mike's house.
There's a fire across the street.
There was a fire truck
Oh,
right there.
In front of his
Hope you
house.
know that.
over at Staff's house?
On your side. I mean,
Oh,
I guess
on-
they can park on the other side.
Oh,
Wow. Yes.
don't know. I've been at work all day, so I don't know anything about it.
Okay, excellent. Okay, moving on to committee business. All right, first one we have on the agenda. Are you able to pull these up also, Melanie? so the chief can see these. And Lawrence can too. Yeah, take your time. Oh, yeah, that was. All right, first one we have here is just talking about this. I had this sent to me. This was a vehicle located across or just off of Broadway, across from the Pregnancy Resource Center. And tried to break in here. Fortunately, the car and the owner or the Subaru here got minimal damage. She's still able to close and lock the vehicle, but you can see they're up to their old ways here in town, trying to get in. So I have a case reference number if anyone needs it or anything like that, but just wanted everyone to be aware of that we have some people in town doing that nonsense there. All right, the recent RV parking in town, I'm pretty sure everyone's been seeing that. Take your pick, behind the Red Fox, over on the other side of Red Fox. Sometimes the library, sometimes over by the Marathon gas station. So there's quite a few here in town. I don't know if they're just moving on. They were there for a day, maybe 2 days or less, chief. And they've been out of here ever since. Haven't seen any in the last couple of days. So we appreciate the deputies going in.
Yeah, I know when they see them, right, they obviously make connections with whoever's there. Some of these I think came from a local property that's been causing some problems and everybody was moved on. And I think some of them came into town and now I know some of these have gone to other parts of the county outside the city,
Okay.
so
And they have, we haven't seen them in a couple of days, so we appreciate it.
that's good.
All right, anyone else have anything on that to add to the RVs? I know we've all seen quite a few. Go ahead, Matt.
It's out of city limits, so if I could take a minute to address the fifth wheeler, it's on Eagle Creek Bridge on the old highway. Do you know of any steps to initiate getting that out of there?
So I haven't seen it. I don't know exactly what you're talking about. I mean, I know what you're talking about, but it's something I can look at and see about getting it addressed. It's outside the city limits?
Yeah,
It's just past Eagle Creek Saloon on the old highway, chief,
yeah,
before you get to Wildcat.
Okay, you said it's a
pretty
fifth wheel?
much right on top of the creek of the bridge.
It's by Eagle Creek. The Eagle Creek that goes through, it's right past that.
It's had a warm sticker on it a couple of times.
Oh, it's been there for almost 2 months now.
I'll take a look and so it's, I mean, obviously the gentleman and people, assigned to the city can handle things outside the city, but we prefer them to deal with things inside of the city. So I'll see about getting one of our East County deputies to address it.
It's a ban.
Yeah.
And I think not this past weekend, but the weekend before was a boat joined it in front of the fifth wheel. So
And it's on the public right of way?
it's on the side of the road. Yeah, in the dirt.
Up the boat there too, but the boat's gone.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Excellent. All right. Moving on. Next topic, the homeless population. It's been pretty elevated this year. I don't know what to say other than it's, my 8 years of retirement, chief, it's been definitely the most people around everywhere, all parts of town. And we just, a lot of people are calling and, but again, they, you know, they move along. They come in and do their thing and then they go on the outskirts. This is by City Hall here.
Driving
this-
down, driving down where the guy right by Chapman, stop at the back of Chapman.
Okay. That's right out here. City Hall here.
The one that was on the news today that they found up at Gillick Burn area. She used to hang out down here too. For a while.
You mean the lady that they found up there?
They found dead, yeah.
Okay.
She used to hang out down there by the bridge.
I have a question, Melanie. Is this facility of the restroom a 24-hour open building on the other side of the wall here? Is that restroom open?
Attempt to leave it open, especially in the summertime, 24 hours a day, because we go home at 5:30, and if we close it, then people are still, coming through town and might want to stop and use it. However, if it is vandalized, or if it becomes an issue where people are damaging or making a mess where nobody could use it anyway, then we'll lock it up overnight. If it's a real problem, we have to lock it during the day until the situation changes, and then we'll open it up again. And so we leave it open as much as we can for the public, but we do have to close it based on what's going on in the situation.
So is there there's a scheduled time when it does lock up overnight or it
No.
stays open?
If we leave it open, it's open all night. It
Okay.
doesn't have, we've tried to do a automatic, like the magnet lock on it, and it wasn't real effective. And so if we lock it if there's a problem, or if there's like a couple of nights of problems, we'll lock it. Otherwise it's open all night for anybody to coming through town might need to stop and use a restroom or something.
Okay, Jim and I stopped by, well, I don't know, last week, and it was early in the morning. We were out doing a field walk and it was locked. So the question is did the city lock it or was somebody in there sleeping? That's,
I would guess that we had locked it up.
Okay.
But I don't know which day it was, but I could check with the.
It was
yeah,
locked during, it
last week.
was locked during National Night Out too. The entire event.
Okay.
I'm not sure why.
Doesn't, I know I've talked to the people at the Saturday market lately, and they pay somebody to come in and clean it on Saturday morning so they can use it Saturday day.
Mm,
And, I don't think it's the responsibility of the market to have to keep it clean. So,
That's a nice bonus feature. I mean, that's a cool thing
what?
that they clean it so
Oh,
they can use, yeah.
They pay somebody to come and clean it,
Oh,
so. They pay them $50 a day to come in there and clean that bathroom before the market opens.
okay.
Oh.
Good.
I completely-
Thank you, Melanie. Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie. I completely forgot. Was there anyone online that
There
was chiming
was
in?
not.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I just zoned out there.
There was not. I had checked it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Drive Safe campaign. I definitely want to say for the record that it is the correct spelling. As we can see up here, it is the Drive Safe campaign. That's what 6 members of this committee came up with. Aside from grammar, and if people want to get involved in their community, like the 5 other volunteers up here along with counselor, we have an opening on our committee. Please come and spend your time doing this instead of doing it online. And
Join.
Lawrence too.
Well, Lawrence is now involved, so.
So, let's see.
We still have some drive safe signs left,
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Go ahead, come up here. Can't hear you.
so I would like a few for up on 10th Avenue and Broadway.
Okay.
Okay.
I have some for you at the end.
Okay.
If you need any more, Lawrence, I have some more. Let's see, moving on to.
Can I make a quick comment?
Yeah, go ahead,
Um,
Melanie.
They're welcome to be on private property, but if they get put in the right of way, they're probably gonna get picked up by either Clackamas County or ODOT or us at some point. We used to go around and pick up signs more frequently just to keep the clutter out of the right of way, because they're not allowed to be in the right of way or on telephone poles. Or I know there's a sign taped to a stop sign over there, I believe, or a street light. So we used to try to keep that clean so there's not clutter, but we don't get to it as quick. I don't know that ODOT and the county will, but technically they're supposed to be on private property. Otherwise, the right of way is along the road where it's the road. It's whoever owns the road owns that property. And so they need to be on, like, with the permission of somebody to put it in their yard or something. Kind of the same thing as how people put up political signs. People put up like house for sale signs. And that we will, sometimes we call them and say, hey, there was like, they got scattered all over the highway here. And our code enforcement person knew who to call, and they said, don't do that. You can do one, if you do one, we'll probably let it sit there a while, but otherwise they're not allowed to be there. And so they will get picked up, and we don't read the signs. It doesn't matter what the signs say. If they're in the right of way, we'll just go and kind of tidy up town, pick up whatever's on the telephone poles or in the right of ways along the road. There was a mattress sale person who does a fundraiser at the high school. Kind of the same issue. They need to be in somebody's yard. So.
Melanie,
Mhm.
is that the same policy for all signs for the committees? Because I did see a lot of signs on right of ways for like the Arts Commission. and
Yeah,
those
it
were
would
up
be the
for a long
same.
time.
Yep, it would be the same.
And they were
So-
up for a long time. So I was just, that's confusing, I think, to us. So,
Well,
Do we have anything in writing on that?
yeah, is that a
The
code?
policy?
it's a,
It's an ordinance on it.
do you want to argue with me about?
No, I
Okay.
just,
Okay,
I just feel
I'm
like-
just saying they'll probably get picked up.
Yeah.
And it's for everybody. And we don't do it, like I said, we don't do it as frequently as we used to do it. So they'll probably stay for a while, but
Yeah.
eventually they will, because the rules for signs are that they are not to be on public property, which is the right of way.
I
Okay.
think we can all agree on ODOT, because that's state property.
Yeah.
Even
Uh-huh.
though the city workers maintain the trees and
Mhm.
whatnot. What I have a problem is over here
Mm-hmm.
that it's public.
Yeah.
City Hall. We should have those 3 signs there.
We don't put signs on
Why?
city hall property.
Why is
We
that?
just don't put any, it's a policy that we just kind of gone by. I don't even think it's a written policy,
Okay,
but we typically no signs.
Does that
Go
include
around.
when we have elections and the people are running for it?
Absolutely, especially,
So how
like I
come-
said, we don't read the signs. We're not
Yeah.
supposed to read the signs.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that they're there. And so it's enforced.
and
private
the issue I have with that is
Mhm.
that we all voted, the city council all agreed on it.
Mhm.
And this is all that we pay for here. This is
Mhm.
public property.
It is public property.
And we have a campaign.
It's a city
We're
campaign.
not doing a Arts in the Creek
Mhm.
or National Night Out. This is a campaign
Safety.
that
Mhm.
everyone has been emailing me wanting signs.
Mhm. Great. I think that's great. They need to get
But
some
they should
signs
be
put up.
here on City Hall, because to me, and this is my opinion only, that City Hall doesn't agree with us or
Mhm.
doesn't want or be
No,
with the campaign.
We
That's my opinion.
yeah, we totally agree with the campaign. It's just the signs, but we could put, like, you could request it to go on the reader board over there. We could have one of the panels pop up, between the announcements that says drive safe.
I'll set
We
something
would
to
be,
safety.
yes, that would be perfect. It's just the signs, like the yard signs. How do we decide who gets to put yard signs and who doesn't get to put yard signs? I mean, we could make a vote. I know it could be a long conversation, but that's the standard is we don't have signs, but we'd be happy to put an announcement up on our reader board.
Okay,
Sure.
but we don't have a policy is my point.
Mhm.
It's a word of mouth. It's something that the
It's a
staff. goes by.
standard operating procedure, yeah.
Is that written down?
I
in the
should make
manual?
sure it is. I don't know if it is, but I should make sure it
I'm
is.
just curious.
But at the right of way and public property, I don't know, I'd have to look it up where somebody I'm sure could rattle off to me where it is in the code or in the state law. But it's common. That's a common standard.
So the laundromat, okay.
Go ahead.
the laundromat where it sets, if I drive safe right there on the corner with the laundromat, is that public property or is that, or are you guys gonna pick that sign up?
If it's out by the side, it's on the sidewalk or something, that would be like in the right of way. It's if, but I would
Oh,
guess it's
off
back
to
in the,
side.
yeah, in the, if it's okay with them to put it there,
Oh, yeah.
then that's fine.
So I guess I'm trying not to, I know it's unfair to you to be like, but
I know, I should have looked up the
so,
policy.
I guess what would our proper procedure going? Because my issue is personally that this is a citywide campaign, an City of Estacada campaign. Yes,
No.
yes, it's not a political sign. This is a campaign we all agreed to. So what is our proper procedure in getting the city to allow us to put signs on the right of way? What would,
Safety.
I can't allow, I'll look it up. I'll send it
I mean,
out
do
to
we,
you.
yeah,
But
do we
yeah,
come
we can't
to,
put it in the, we can't put it in the right of way. And I don't know if it's just
Okay,
this,
just-
I don't know if
Do
it's
you
the state
consider this
law
a right of way here?
on city hall property. No, it's city hall property.
Which is public property,
Yes. it is
so
public
we,
property.
so do,
not private property.
would we
That's
go
correct.
to the city council meeting and then make a request?
To put it in,
a
to put
code
them in the right of way?
for a code policy or review or permission? Oh,
Change the code.
I'll send you.
okay,
Yes or no. so where we can put it where-
okay, okay. Yeah,
Safety
thank
for
you.
kids.
yeah.
It is, we're in agreement with that, but
Right.
we can put it on the reader board.
Thank you.
Here's a thought. Why don't we just do what the charter says? If there's a policy, that policy needs to go to the mayor and council. If that policy is already written, we bring it to the mayor and council. If it's not written, we make a policy that we can put signs out there. So something that's happened in the past, if it doesn't have a policy, then it doesn't fly. And the reason it doesn't fly is because there's nothing written that decrees that we can't do it. So following the charter, which is all policy and all recommendations are submitted to the mayor and council. If there isn't a policy, then there's no policy. So why don't we just get the policy and bring it to the mayor and council and let the mayor and council decide? Because that's the lines of authority. So we're debating something that's unsure. So we need to follow the lines of authority.
Absolutely. I will look up where those rules are at, as far as what's allowed in the right of way.
And if they don't exist, well, then you have an opportunity to.
Change it.
Mhm.
And we submit it.
Yep.
It's a policy, all policies and recommendations. We have the ability by the charter to change them. So it's a win-win.
Okay, would you consider at the park, we have the sidewalk, then we have a medium in between the sidewalk and the park. Can we put a sign in that where those trees are?
No, that's,
Put a what?
no.
A
That's the
safety
right of
sign.
way.
I'm wondering what the hesitancy is to ask for people to put them in their yards.
Well, I have
Well,
2 yards, I can put mine.
50
in.
No, we want
feet
both.
back As opposed to right up along the road. I mean, when you put those, those little signage, I mean, they put them out in the road past the car, like you want it out as close to
Mhm.
where traffic is visible, right? And if it's in your yard, I
I,
mean, if you put it in my yard, you can't see it, but I have it down
Mhm.
by the street light because you can see it.
Mhm.
Everybody pulls into I mean, it would technically be
Yeah.
in the right.
Well, I think you're doing great with getting them out. I was just like, don't shoot the messenger because I was just telling you what the
you're
what
just
the
one-
standard operating procedures. I can't quote the ORS, but I'll look into that
Thank you. I
and
appreciate
I'll
it.
send you information.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Melanie.
Mhm.
Appreciate it. All right, Chief, you weren't at the last city council meeting last Monday, so this next topic, the room was kind of packed on Monday. It was, let's see. Up in Faraday Hills, where you went up into Deuce. there's a couple of neighborhoods. It's called Curran Creek Drive. And that both is Faraday Hills, the new development, and then Cascadia Ridge. So it's one long road there. All you have to do is go out and see the green turtles with the red flags,
Okay,
and then our signs will be out there. So those two neighborhoods came and showed up. And then the other one was on no, it was both Curran Creek. So there's two of them there, and then you'll see a hill and it comes down to Sweetwater. That Sweetwater goes straight out to Deuce. So that's a straight shot there. So those are the ones that we have right now.
okay.
People have also called me and told me about Fourth and Main here, that people still aren't stopping for the stop sign. I mean, we've had it, I don't know how many months, 8 months, 9 months, can't remember how many, but people are coming to this and doing worse than a California stop. So. just wanted to know that,
And so is the issue, you're talking about Kern Hills and Cascadia, is that all speed issue?
yes, speed, yes. And having granddaughter 5 years ago, going to River Mill, just sitting there on Broadway, go and park the right way so I can get out of there relatively in a expeditious manner. Just the people, I don't want to use spike strips anymore, chief, but it's very tempting, very tempting. Right. So, and it's just going to school. We just want that, everyone to be safe there.
Right,
know,
understood. I mean, it's been expressed to me by the mayor, by the city manager, right? This is obviously the biggest thing that I'm hearing throughout the city is
Okay.
speed throughout the city. So
All right.
it's something that I'm gonna focus on. I'm gonna have the guys focus on.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you, chief.
see if we can get it
Appreciate it.
addressed.
They have been patrolling it a lot more.
Yes, they have. What was it the other morning? You saw someone out here on the highway, one of the deputies?
So,
This
yeah, it
morning?
was yesterday or it was Monday morning.
Okay.
That sheriff pulled over somebody that was right there where it says drive safe.
Great photo opportunity.
That's a good, that's a good.
Training video. Awesome. Right, all right, let's see, moving on to number 6. All right, recent accidents in town. There was one, I think it was a few weeks ago, maybe going on 3. A 2-car accident. It was a head-on there that had, minor injuries at 6th and Cemetery. In Coupland, just past the high school.
Yeah.
And I believe the car was turning left onto Cemetery, and the car was coming down Coupland, and they both met and had to call the fire department. That was in something that was in our safety plan in our TSP. I think it was 15 years ago.
Hmm.
And I think it was
Yeah,
updated, so we
2017.
have more, but we have
Yeah.
one that's on there, and that's a area that we need to work on and put a left-hand turn there, chief, a dedicated left-hand turn there. But that's getting kind of dangerous there. And then I think it was last week, Carrie was right out here at 224. Someone stopped here at Main, took the left to go over the bridge. Someone was coming into town, and it was
Right.
it was bad. I mean, they used a lot of kitty litter, clean it up. It was head on, serious damage, and I know the EMTs responded to that one. I don't think anyone was hurt, but that's all I heard about that one. Anyone else have anything about any accidents in town? We generally get them out in Hypo and Eagle Creek or up in Day Hill. We don't generally see any here in town, so that's why we're
understood.
concerned. They're always, on either side of us, people rushing to get to work or people rushing to get home. Anyone else?
The road's getting really bad with people trying to turn on the River Mill and.
From the highway or
Fence
both ends?
stuff. Like I said, there's no speed limit there, so the speed limit, if there's nothing posted, it's 55 miles an hour, and there are some idiots that do it.
That's county?
River Mill Road,
Okay, Melanie?
Yeah,
Can I give you a quick update on that? It's not on the agenda, but we had requested for the county to do a speed study on River Mill Road quite a while back. They've completed that. Their recommendation is that it could be 35 or 30. And I had to fill out a form at the state, I had the ODOT form because we have jurisdiction. But it goes through ODOT anyway. And so I requested 30 miles an hour on River Mill Road, the section that comes up from the highway towards Eagle Creek Road.
I see them sliding through the intersection the other day and I'm just going.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah. So that the county thought that it would be processed by the end of September, and Dawn has already ordered signs to put up. So
Okay,
because right now it is unposted, so technically.
I can
55.
say the construction that's going on there is one of the best construction people I've ever seen, because they keep that traffic clear. And they make sure everybody knows there's drop offs and everything. We had one guy drive off the side of it, but other than that, they're doing really well. I just kind of wonder whether it's gonna finally end up coming out down below, not up at top when people pulling out of those houses.
I don't know.
But you can't pull out on top because you can't see anybody coming over the hill.
all right. Anyone else on the accents? We can move on to Campanella Estates update. You can see here in the pictures. Now, if you could go back to the pictures, we have one set of crosswalks added at Northeast Hill Way and Northwest Broadway Court. Don also put two more stop signs there. So now we're wanting one sidewalk and Don gave us 4. So thank you, Don. That's fantastic. And he put up the signs, and this is Northwest Liberty Lane
Yeah.
in Northwest Broadway. Just haven't had the crosswalks put in yet. But the lines are there and 4 stop signs are there. And Don's put up the orange signs saying there's a new traffic signal ahead. So thank you for that. That's the update on that.
Put a stop sign on Casadero Court.
Yeah, there you go. Is there an update on the signage for the speed humps, Melanie, or
What
new-
signage are you looking for?
speed hump ahead, pedestrian sign, yellow
The,
so
like
what-
the,
coming
Um,
in,
yeah, I don't believe that those are, that we're putting up like I know on Shafford, it has street signs along the edge, and then it has the thermoplastic that warns you about the bump. But on
on the ground.
on the
right?
ground, yes, so it has on the ground and the signage. And on Hillway, we were just gonna do just this signage on the ground. So as you're coming up to it, you're seeing that there's a bump there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Not sure why it got double duty on Shafford, but
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, Shafford, good standard to go by.
Yeah, it's solid
Whoever
there.
did that did it right back
Okay, moving up to Timber Park to Lakeshore. That was interesting. We met Melanie over there by the site of the new treatment plant. You can no longer walk behind the sewage treatment plant to connect from Timber Park over to the boat launch there, or the
Yeah.
little pier. So Carrie and I went around on not Evergreen, but the main road in there, and we're able to get down there and taking a walk. You can see this is all the way up by the kids' school here and the new church. You can see some of these tables are falling apart. And a couple of pictures, I don't know if I sent them to Melanie, but you can see that people are just hanging out, snacking all the time. So I don't know, do we maintain the tables of the area, or is that PG? Forest Service originally?
that's a look.
Yes,
They're left
the
over from
boat-
when they
the
used-
boat dock alley.
Forest Service, huh?
Well, it was the Forest Service. but
Yeah,
now
it
it's
was.
no longer the building.
Yeah.
It's probably owns the building.
Yeah, is it part of the property?
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
It's Jason's responsibility now.
Yeah,
It's just-
exactly. Yeah, the new pastor there at the church. So, yeah, maybe we can have a cleanup day. We didn't find any needles or anything like that, or you know, but there were people that were, there were places where people had little
Habitating.
campfires and things where it says no camping, no fires right there. So, but maybe we can set something up there in the future.
Or PTA the other day when they're working on the dam down below, they're talking about taking that boat dock out of there.
By the dam,
No, down below where you guys are talking about.
by Don's shop.
When
on
you
the
go,
trail?
when you go down the trail, down the sidewalk, there's a boat dock down there.
Yeah,
We're talking about, forgot what it's called, but they're talking about moving that and bringing it back down to by the dam.
Hmm.
To keep all that traffic out of there. You know, because we've got people with pulling down their paddle boards and everything else, and then we've got all that trash down there. So they have been talking about taking it out, the dock itself.
Who's talking about it?
PG,
PGE?
yeah, it's PGE's property. I mean, it's their boat dock.
how about the one below the baseball and soccer fields?
No, that's staying.
That's staying?
Yeah, that's,
Okay.
maybe they'll move the dock down there. I don't know. They're gonna move the dock. That's what they're talking about. They haven't really. I talked to PG. I'm at the park every day with my dog, so
Okay.
they've been doing a lot of work down there at the dam itself, which made it really bad because the dam's, it's been closed all summer, so everybody's walking down that other path.
Well, that would
Yeah.
be really an advantage actually, because
Yeah.
that log jam down there with all that stuff and you're taking your family down there and there's
Yeah.
all this scuzz.
Well, right there at the park, well, the one down by in the park itself will be staying, but the one down below will be going. That's what they're talking about.
Well, keep listening.
Absolutely.
Well, I talk to PGE all the time. They've been made a mess at the dog park this last week.
All right. We made it to number 9 here. Safe routes to school. All right, Melanie.
Okay. And I am bringing this to you from Elena. And the proposal for the safe, let me put you guys back on the screen. Okay, proposal for safe routes to school work was accepted by the Thriving Communities folks. So the proposal's in your packet. And if you want to recommend 2 or 3 of you to serve on the project advisory committee, that would be fantastic. The city will be working with the school district on creating a committee which encompasses the impacted groups such as neighbors near the schools, parents who drive, parents who walk, students who drive or walk themselves, bus drivers, educators, paraeducators, et cetera. And the advisory committee will be specifically selected to make sure that those most impacted are represented. And we would love to have some of you on that committee as well. I don't know what the time frame is for it. So I can't answer that, but
I have a question.
Yeah.
Once this is complete, are they gonna create a report about this?
yes,
Are they gonna take input from parents?
yes.
Like the past one you did in 2017, Safe Routes to School? with
Yeah, the school
Clackamas?
did that in the school did that and
Okay.
this
Will
will
there
be.
be a walk audit in this right here?
Mm,
The walk from big gyms,
That's what
there
it
is.
says.
I think so. Did it say so?
Yeah, it does. So under, I think it was tasks. Where was it? Oh,
Goals.
task 2. SRP will train the local task force and champions to conduct walk audits, arrival dismissal observations, and parent focus groups.
Good.
You see that?
Trying to,
I
It
just,
says
yeah,
an option, but that's, something that,
now will the safe routes, or I'm sorry, the safe routes to school do that ultimately, or? I mean, who's gonna train or whose
Yeah.
staff is training? I guess the volunteers is
Yeah,
my
the-
question.
so it looks like the Safe Routes Partnership is training
Okay,
the local task force. So
okay,
those of, from this committee, the schools, et
Okay.
cetera. I mean, that's what I'm interpreting.
all right. Go ahead.
Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead.
I didn't know if this is the time, if, there's some things that I saw involved with this that, I questioned, actually quite a few some of them, I don't know if I should go over them one at a time or kind of quickly.
Sure, go ahead. What do you
Things
got?
in the verbiage like,
What page, Matt?
well, starting out the very first one, it said this was all within a total budget of $38,000. Was
First
that?
paragraph.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I was wondering, was that 38,000 in 2017 dollars?
No, that's current budget.
That's current. Okay, and down to the project needs, same first page about for instance, encouraging more students to walk and bicycle to school. It kind of seemed to me like I can see the thing, the idea about congestion, the cars and stuff, but it kind of seems like encouraging more students and people on the sidewalks and crossing streets maybe isn't a better thing. Especially as the weather comes, it's going to be dark when the kids go to school, dark when they get off. So that moving on to the second page under assumptions, the third entry, it says all engagement and analysis will highlight priority populations using demographic indicators. That seems to me like it's kind of delving into the DEI that was voted out of the city's kind of policies or something. Unless that was indicated, well, what is a priority population? Is it just school kids? Or as it says, using demographic, that doesn't indicate that it's just for kids going to school, I don't think. Also down to task 2, the bottom of that same second page. Whether it's option A, the virtual toolkit, or option B, on-site workshop and so on. I noticed the virtual toolkit mentions Spanish translations about meeting agendas, audit forms. I kind of see that again as some of the, I hate to use labels, the DEI stuff, because at least I have a couple of neighbors who are Eastern European language, Ukrainian. And also, it seems like with 99% of signage, I guess, in the rest of the city and around here, that pretty much mandating that forms and so on should be in English, like signs are around schools, speed signs and so on. Certainly under that, like Todos Juntos organization that could speak at a meeting, but that was another thing I had concern about. And then onto the inside of the last page here. Again, another mention, the top under synthesizing engagement and data findings is the term equity. And I was just wondering, equity as to what? Down to task 5, the ODOT grant narrative, that this is talking about a 3 to 5 year implementation with the current ODOT stuff where funding seems way up in the air. And it appears to me that the money spent for this whole study and everything doesn't have necessarily a certain degree of certainty, at least in the coming year, because of ODOT's funding issues. I'll finish here real quick for you, everybody. Going down to the budget section of this, under the cost, option A is the one where you have the virtual toolkit and the SRP will train a local task force and all that. So it costs a little bit more. And that seems logical. It's about $3,000 more than option B. Although then under direct expenses for travel, if you have option B, which is the lesser of the options, all of a sudden there's $3,500 for travel. Option B only. I was just kind of curious what travel for who, from where to where. Because without that $3,500, all of a sudden, option A is 36,800, option B is 37,300. Option B ends up being actually more money. So that's just my spiel, things I was wondering, is this the proper time for me to bring these up, questions for all that? Just partly as just a taxpayer, but also, I see all the signage work and so on that, especially you two guys in your walkabout, Carrie and Jim, that you've done as kind of doing this without this expenditures and the increased, there's just going to be more people coming up. Hey, let's do this, let's do this, let's do that. And it seems it's going to add confusion and lengthen the time that the results will be had. And I yield my time.
Where are we at this? It says July, but have we
We need to
reached
look
out
at
to the school district?
Yes, they're working with the school district. What we're looking for tonight is if 2 or 3 of you would like to be involved in this process. It's already, the ship has sailed on it. The consultant's been chosen. We're down the road. We're just looking for some folks from on this committee to be able to participate. And like reaching out to the people that are like the certain people that you're concerned about. Like I listed, the people that are going to try to get onto the committee would be impacted groups such as neighbors near the schools, parents who drive, parents who walk, students who drive or walk themselves, bus drivers, educators, para-educators. But in order to really make this successful, I think it would be helpful if a couple of you wanted to participate and, you know, provide the feedback that you're looking at. If there's other languages that we need to translate into, we'd be happy to do that. I'm sure they could do that they would have the resources. I think Spanish is the one at the school that's the most highly spoken, where that people might only speak one language and not the other. But if there's others that need translated, I understand there are other people in the community as well. So.
Okay,
Mhm.
thanks for letting me know that. This was already kind of done. I wasn't aware of that, so I didn't know. And I can, speaking about me in particular, I can certainly see at least someone who has kids at the school at the moment, instead of say me, to go, hey, I'll do that. I guess.
Where do we meet? When do we start? When
Those
do
are
they-
details that I don't have, but if anybody is interested in volunteering, then you could fill you in. You would like to volunteer, Jim? Okay,
Yes, I would.
anybody else? I don't know if the meetings, I'm sure they'll try to make it like maybe some daytime meetings, some evening meetings. I would guess they try to like make it so that the most people could participate. But I don't really have any other details than that. So, but we can keep you informed, Jim, and then Jim, you can keep the committee informed on how it's
Okay.
going.
Right,
Okay.
that sounds good.
It's interesting because around River Mill School and the high school, it's like, I think some of us have been steeped in how it is so long, it's hard to imagine it different at all. I'm like, why do we need to change it? I can't even picture it any different way. And so I think this will be a really phenomenal program to have a fresh look at it, have you take a look at it,
Mhm.
weigh in a group and discuss it and see how we can make it better, because it's a different, different traffic situation than it was 30 years ago. And they're also changing the configurations of which grades will be at which schools. So there might be,
Right.
rather than dropping all your kids off at one school, you might be hitting a couple different schools. So
And I think it'll give us a better understanding of how many times they've changed the bus parking and.
They've
bus
tried
routes.
so
Oh, I
hard,
think-
so many
I'm like,
ways.
okay, then I'll finally be able to get it.
I will volunteer for it too.
Okay,
Okay,
Okay.
we can take
so
3.
Jim and
Take 3,
Shirley.
I'll go for it too,
All right,
All right,
just for
Jim,
fun.
Shirley, and Carrie.
only for fun.
thank you.
All right.
Let me know when.
And if it's in-depth as the 2017, where we have parents conduct a survey, just quickly to give everybody, including Lawrence. See if I have something here. I thought I had something here.
Yeah, you can.
It's on project.
Yeah, I'm just trying to- I'm trying to find, they did last time, and I think they put it in the TSP. I don't want to hold anybody up here, but here's an example. Southeast Coupland Road between Northeast Cemetery and Southeast Independence, high driver speeds observed in this area, unsafe for bikers. That hasn't changed in 8 years. Still the same. 6th Avenue from Broadway to Shafford, street gets very congested, especially around school hours, seen as unsafe for students crossing. Traffic going very fast and it's difficult to cross and pull out. In need of a street light, we've fixed that one. Many students walking there on dark or rainy mornings, nights. At Broadway intersection, many drivers do not use turn signals, which causes confusion for pedestrians. That's the input that everyone had here, chief, at a small little group, so the city could put everything into the transportation system plan. So these are the, and they do it. Do you drive? Do you ride a bike? Do you walk? Do you take the bus? Other ways to get around. And then we'll have 50% here and 57 here. So we'll have a pretty accurate amount. I'm sure it's gonna be a lot different than 2017. But thank you. Appreciate you listening for that. And I think that's it. Oh, I'm sorry. Moving on to event subcommittee, National Night Out and Trainings. We have anything going there? Karina?
Okay, so we discussed next year's National Night Out.
Yes.
Do I need to move forward with submitting an application for the park? Or we kind of,
What did we discuss? I
well,
don't
we kind of said
Sorry.
Open it.
that we were gonna move it.
Okay.
Um,
What was the other suggested area?
it was the,
The Wade Creek
yeah,
Phase 3 Park,
yeah.
Okay.
because you got the park, you
So
got
we need,
what we can do there, and they got that, they can go to the playgrounds, and go to the splash
Yeah.
pads and do whatever.
and we can have more
So we have
room,
enough room for the
everything.
Clackamas County Sheriff.
Yeah.
Cool stuff.
Yeah, so we get more cool stuff.
Fire
we'll have to-
department was at the arts show, and the art show was huge, and the fire department was still there
So we'll have to put them up like on the
by the library.
area where the storage area is. So
Oh,
they
the
can
fire
face out.
department can go on the gravel there. I mean, when you're coming in there, there's a gravel area that goes around the library. We could pull the fire trucks in there if we had to, but they made their way. In fact, they went to set up at the skate park and they go, what are you doing here? And they go, well, we're supposed to be in the show. And I said, well, you gotta go around the building and park over by the rest of the park. But that art show was completely full. I mean, there wasn't a space left in it, and the
The
fire
Arts in the
department
Creek?
still got in there.
Yeah. That was good.
So do you want to do the app or did you want me to do the app? I can look into
Do
doing
do
that.
we vote on it? Say yes?
I thought we did, but what's on the?
I think we did last
agenda?
time.
You want to do it
What do
again?
the minutes say? Except drive safe, travel. No, we did not. So we
Okay.
do need to
Okay.
I
vote on
think it would
that.
be a lot better and a lot more parking than what we do down here.
Okay.
Another thing, when we do stuff like this, if we talk to farmers, which is across the street, I bet they would let us use their parking lot at night too.
The insurance place?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So the
Oh,
motion
Matt.
is,
Sure.
Matt, I have a question.
go ahead.
I
Matthew.
was just gonna add
Go
to
ahead.
that, with the amphitheater there, be a great place to do some dragging the person out of the fire thing, or
Yeah,
Counselor Blevins went through his survival course,
Oh,
little miniature 10-minute.
there we go.
That'd be kind of cool.
so do you want to join the subcommittee?
Yeah, I thought I was still on it.
I think, well, you kind of are. So I think we're just, everybody is. So be
Sure,
willing
I
to be
think it's
put
okay.
to work.
So motion is,
To move the
Change.
night out to the Wade Creek Phase 3 Park.
And I second.
change National Night Out event location to Wade Creek Park.
Yes.
No,
No, you,
All right, so I have a first. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Okay, who did the first? Sorry.
Surely.
Sure.
Well, surely.
Thank you. Not easy doing this. Come on.
I know. Doing a great job.
Thank you. All right, anyone else? Any discussion on it? No? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
I,
All right. Motion passes.
This is a lot more shade up there than down here.
yeah.
Definitely, definitely. Okay, communications subcommittee. I guess getting the National Night Out. Can we get something on the website, Melanie, instead of just Facebook and Instagram? And how you put it in the, when Deuce Road was closed or Eagle Creek Road was closed, can you put something on the front saying?
Like an event about the National
An
Night
event.
Out, or is that? what-
No.
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
It's okay, it's for the Drive Safe campaign.
Oh,
Put
yeah, yeah,
it
yeah,
on
yeah.
there somewhere,
Right, yeah, we'll put it, there's like our very top section is for like events and
okay.
high priority stuff. And so
Okay.
we can
I do.
definitely.
And then
Right.
I'll shoot Sadie an email about the reader board over there.
That would be great.
Okay, thank you.
And I'm sorry that I couldn't like respond on the spot for policy and like quote book chapter verse for
problem.
that. But it's in, I'll email you guys so you can look it
Okay.
up, but it's in the city code where signs have to be on private property. And then the state rules also say, and so I have like, I've got links here where you can look it up. It's a state rule to not be in the right of way. And then it's also in the city code in Title 16 in the signs, but I've got a link so you can.
For City Hall,
It says all signs must be on private property.
okay,
Yeah, and then it also says signs shall not be placed in the public right of way or clear vision area. So that is part of
did you say it was an ordinance or
it's the city code.
city code?
Yep.
So
And
that
I'll
can be,
send you a link.
that can be
to
amended then.
Yeah,
Okay.
can we get that for coming
Yeah,
out?
She's gonna.
Oh, okay, so you're gonna print it out.
I'll email it over to you right now. so
Thank you,
can-
Melanie.
That.
Okay, and moving on to the next one, do we have anything for traffic safety subcommittee?
No.
How are we coming with the speed bump between the park and the library?
Speed bump between the park.
Not the speed bump, the crosswalk.
I don't know. You'd have to ask Don or Melanie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's been recommended to the city council and it's on the list.
We have it on the list, yeah,
Yeah.
I think.
That we
Oh,
give
that's
two
fine.
locations.
Yeah.
On the list.
to
Yeah,
cost.
because I don't know, but the senior citizens are included in that too. Well, Michelle was at the last meeting. She explained it, that they need a crosswalk between those two places because the bridge is right there and the seniors come out of Whispering Pines, cross the road to catch the bus or Wade Creek. And then we've got 3 times the amount of kids there now. And I said, can you use the crosswalk? No, it's too far to go. This is what kids tell me. And I said,
Yeah.
well, it's better than dying, but we do need a crosswalk there very badly because we've got the park and ride there. We've got all that there. So,
On the list.
okay.
All right. So if anyone else have anything else? Matt, go for it.
I just like to say my recent kind of speech. I don't want my fellow committee members or also the public that might be listening to construe that as being I don't know, curmudgeonly or something, or just I'm against this, I'm against that. I just find that some people I know, some people ask certain questions, and thank you, Melanie, for taking the patience to listen to me come up with everything, anybody else, because I find just the knowledge, you can dispute people back, correct them if need be. Sometimes people get angry and stuff, but the knowledge is the key to all this stuff. So thank you.
Thank you. Council Blevins?
I guess this is more for the chief here, over where the apartments are. I guess the crime or issues have been arising more in the, was that Campanella Estates over there? So
At the apartments or at the,
across, like in the neighborhood across from the apartments. So just something to keep
I live up there and I, we haven't really had any problems around that area. We have more on Wade and Zorbis and stuff. But as far as the apartments are really quiet. I haven't heard anything
no, not the,
whatsoever.
I'm just across
Oh,
from the
Camp-
apartments, not the apartments.
At
Across from
Campanella area, yeah.
Campanella area.
Well, since they put the no parking on that side of the street, that's helped a lot because we've had people get mad at each other for parking over there, yelling and screaming at each other. And Don put no parking on that side of the street, so that's improved a lot. And tell him thank you. Still need the bike signs there, but
Bike sign.
bike lane.
Gotcha.
So can I clarify, you're saying in the neighborhood across from the apartments?
Yes.
You've
yeah,
noticed an
yeah.
uptick in anything specific?
Car vandalization. So, and that might have had something to do with what Shirley was saying.
Well, they were vandalizing the cars that were parked on that street there on the Eagle Creek Highway and the ones on the entries into Campanellas on both sides. They were having problems there.
Understood.
Karina, do you have anything?
Talking about this now or next time?
We can do next time,
Okay, no,
but thank you for that. For some more homework.
okay.
Appreciate it. If anyone doesn't have anything else, I'm going to adjourn the meeting. Thank you. And welcome, chief.
Thank you, sir.
Did that, so I don't know, let's go back. I can probably, I mean, I can cut it down and just.
Yep.